Narcissists tend to use cognitive bias to boost their self-esteem and protect their very fragile ego. So they will use those self-serving attributions where they're going to go all out to find fault within other people to escape their own, to blame others for their own failures, their own mistakes. If you'd have paid me more attention, the apprentice didn't listen. So they're going to go all out to blame other people so that they can feel better about themselves. The false census, believing that others think and do what they think and do. So they often try to get in there first, and they often believe, well, if you hadn't, then I wouldn't. They believe it's always somebody else's fault. Those sour grapes. So if they don't get to win you back, if they don't get the job, if they don't get the promotion, they go all out to put it down. Who'd want to be with them anyway? Who'd want that job anyway? They sucked up to the boss. Misremembering, self-serving way to either exaggerate something they've achieved or downplay something they didn't. The confirmation bias, where they're seeking out information that confirms their pre-existing beliefs. So if a narcissistic individual believes they're the victim, they're going to go all out to play the victim with a bunch of strangers to gain the sympathetic attention so that they can believe that they were in the right. So a narcissistic individual that's worn their adult children down and their adult children no longer want much to do with them, they're going to go all out to claim that their adult children are just ungrateful, and they're going to sell it to people so people validate the narcissist. They're going to ignore and discount any information that contradicts their belief. The illusion of control, believing that they have control over everything and everyone, and they twist every situation to believe that they were the ones in control. That superiority bias, believing that they are better and more deserving than everybody else, that everyone else is privileged, that nobody else ever put any work in, that everyone else has just taken it straight away from them. Selective attention, they will focus on positive feedback only and ignore or dismiss any negative. That simply just doesn't compute in their mind. It doesn't exist. If you give them any sort of negative feedback, then you must be talking about somebody else, not them. If you're giving somebody else positive feedback, then you must be talking about them and not the other person. The entitlement bias, they believe they're entitled to that special attention, and they often get very angry when they don't get the attention that they believe that they're entitled to, or the service that they believe they're entitled to. And self-sabotage, to make excuses, to justify why they haven't done something. They're going to put obstacles in their way. Now, we can all have obstacles in our life, which is why it's so believable. They're not going to look to step over or around these obstacles. They're going to find obstacles to place in the way to protect themselves, to claim that, well, I would have done this, however, that got in my way, so that they can justify and excuse their failings.